Brian has a lot to contribute to, I can tell.
Yeah.
Brian is.
What?
Welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 196, being recorded on February 8th, 2022. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background. Nice. And no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Welcome to This Week in the Council. This week we're going to start off on the moon, and who doesn't like going to the moon? Especially if you're going to start mining the regolith.
Wait, why-
Can you say that on this show?
Is that like
I just
Thor
did.
Ragnarok?
Regolith? What is that?
So apparently there's a company that is going to plan on mining the moon dust, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They apparently have decided that moon dust is very rich in materials
Calcium.
such as iron, aluminum, magnesium, and silicon. And so their plan is to actually go up there. They're going to launch a refining unit, land it on the moon. I'm not sure how the hell they're going to get this stuff back to the Earth, but they're going to go make a whole bunch of money, I guess, doing it.
They're gonna spend a fuck ton to get there first.
I don't know. Everyone's going to the moon.
We're
Everyone's
just gonna hit
flying
you right
around
on
the
that
planet.
SpaceX rocket.
So was that
I
the
like it.
secret plan that Elon had 5 years ago? Is this Falcon 9 is actually just going to crash and start mining Bitcoin on the moon?
Yeah, I was gonna crash. Yeah, mine Bitcoin up. In the moon coin.
That must be it. Yeah. I guess I'm reading through this article, and it doesn't really say that they plan to take it back. They're just planning to use whatever they make to basically build a lunar base, is what it sounds like.
Wow.
So apparently they're going to take it and produce silicon solar cells, transmission cables, power storage, and more to provide power to the lunar settlements. And apparently this is going to start in 2024. So I'm not sure who's living on the moon right now and needs power, but there
the
must be
real
somebody.
question is, who's going to have their vacation home on the moon?
Jeff Bezos.
And who's going to be who would go up there without being completely terrified that you're just like a hole is going to be punctured in? Like, we've all watched the movies. A hole gets punctured in the side of the thing because a thing hits it. Moon, like everything's in space. Let me see if I can find this clip.
I mean, I'd be more concerned about getting up there and finding out that this thing it doesn't actually work. And it didn't just poop out a whole bunch of solar cells for you to use.
That seems pretty risky. I'll do it.
All right, we'll send Brian.
You can test it out.
Test it out. I'll do it. Come back on
I'm
the
just
show
trying
and tell
to
you guys
think
what it was
of
like.
which of those materials is worth spending all that money to get to the moon, mine it on the moon, and then get it back to Earth. Like,
Well, I don't think they're planning to take it back to the Earth. I think they're just planning to leave it on the moon.
See, this is what I think every time. This is what I think every time I think of going into outer space. Now is this clip.
Can I come out with you, Rick? No, I've seen this movie. Two guys leave the one guy goes spinning away. You're staying in here. You're safe.
that right there.
And then he comes out.
Damn it. Come on, I never
And
get
then-
to be out here. Ugh, you young people think space is like Saturday Night Live. You see it every day, so you dream
So,
of being in it. But it
you're
dreams
gonna-
of removing all the air from your body and making
You're
you
gonna
float
get bit
around
by a space
in a
snake.
flash
gonna
mummified
get bit by a
corpse, which is
space
also
snake.
what space wants. So get back in the car. I'm not in danger. There's nothing out here. Literally everything is out here. And unlike everywhere else, I'm too busy to help you. Right, because you're always so helpful. God, God damn it. What is that? Obviously, it's a space snake. There's snakes in space? There's literally everything in space, Morty. Now get the fuck back in the car.
Anyway, that's what I think every time. And I just don't want to go. Oh man, it just scares me a little bit. But, I'd probably do it. Maybe. Blaine hated that clip so much.
You leave
He
again?
just texted me and he said, "I'm not coming back. Please don't ever play Rick and Morty on the show ever again. I need time to reflect on that." Oh, he changed his mind.
Oh,
He's back.
Blaine.
That's fine.
You thought you'd
So-
quit because of the Rick and Morty clip, but
I was at.
oh, there we
So
go.
mad about it.
Bye-bye, Blaine.
There's
Oh,
50 million
man.
images of my screen, and Blaine can't stay connected. Oh,
Hold on.
and those of you who just joined our show, Blaine is our technical advisor.
I'm just fed up with everything.
We hear half a sentence and he's gone.
Blaine, do you want to? I'm gonna message him. Do you want to try and? I'm gonna text him.
What's happening to him?
Uh,
Oh man.
You think maybe it's Riverside that's messed up my
No,
image
I think that it's.
and flaked out his computer and made Dave look the way he does?
at least the National Science Foundation and NASA are only wasting $3 million on this project at this point, and not more.
Yeah, there is that.
I mean, they should just take the entire SLS budget and give it to these people, because it would be more effective for these people than what the SLS is actually doing. Bye, Blaine.
Bye, Blaine.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could also send that money to people who don't have food.
But what about the people that need food in space?
This is
Yeah,
true. I
it-
forgot about them.
In 20 years, when we're living up there, you're going to need all these resources. So I think it's a good idea. I'd say thumbs up for mining the moon.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
export capitalism to the moon now. So,
thumbs up for. Yeah, thumbs up.
I mean,
for
thumbs up for
Spaceballs the movie.
space.
Up, Spaceball the action figure.
Spaceball the
Flamethrower.
flamethrower.
Kids love this one.
Did Blaine quit?
No, he
Yes.
didn't quit. Something else that doesn't quit though are these bubbles. They last forever.
Nice.
Physicists have created everlasting bubbles.
Aren't those just balls?
I mean, it depends on who you ask, but the simple answer is no. Because this looks like a bubble, I guess, that they popped, and they just said that it lasts forever. So this confuses me as a GIF to try and sell this idea of everlasting bubbles.
This is a time lapse of over 1 million years, so it lasted a really long.
Got it. Basically forever. Oh, this makes sense because now they have a math equation here. T equals 0, T equals 0, T equals 0. 30
That's
seconds,
time.
1 minute, 9 days, 7 days. Oh, regular bubble, blue bubble, snow globe, snowball bubble. I guess I don't know what the purpose is or how useful it could be.
Does anybody know?
Anyone read this one?
Does anyone know what the purpose of a bubble is?
To pop is what I thought.
And if it won't
Nice.
pop, then what's the purpose of this bubble?
If it won't pop, the fun won't stop.
The fun never starts either.
This does say that blowing soap bubbles never fails to delight one's inner child. And not popping those bubbles royally pisses one off.
Also,
Greater the
dogs
surface
like
area,
to
the
bite
more
them.
energy that it requires to maintain a given shape.
Well, I don't know. Like if you blew a big soap bubble and it started to float away and float away and float away, and I mean that's kind of cool too.
So if this won't pop, is that going to be worse for the environment when like you blow bubbles at someone's wedding rather than throwing rice?
Don't
Are we
birds
going to go
eat
back
the
to throwing
bubbles and
rice
then
because it's
die?
actually the safer option?
Yeah, but don't birds eat the bubbles and then die?
I don't know. We could text we could tweet at Jennifer. Jennifer wrote the article. But why but why male models?
Maybe this is the first step to the everlasting gobstopper.
It could be.
First, you have to make the everlasting bubble to keep the shape, and then we can get the everlasting gobstopper.
Oh, here's the problem. It was a French physicist who worked this out.
Thumbs down.
No idea. I mean, you know what? If they come up with a good use for it, I give it a thumbs up. If they don't have a good use for it, then I give it a thumbs up for trying. The pyramid has lasted for over 378 days. What? They made a bubble pyramid? Thank goodness. Blaine,
All right.
what is this?
Tell me
bubble?
why we care about everlasting bubbles.
Well, I'll tell you, in typical Windows fashion, my computer decided to run updates while it crashed.
Oh, nice.
Amazing.
So, what was the verdict on the mining the moon?
2 thumbs up for space.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. It was that we like that. That's
No, that's fair.
But this bubble thing is there's a thumbs down for everyone because it's from France. It's French. Oh, there he goes.
Oh my god, my browser just keeps killing this site now. I'll tell you what I know about
You know what else is dying?
Bubbles.
NVIDIA ARM deal. It's dead.
Yep.
Are we killing bubbles?
I don't
Bubbles
know,
are dead
I
now.
Bubbles are
was
dead.
really
are done
worried
for.
you were going to drop again.
So the thing with the bubbles, I really don't know why we care about everlasting bubbles. I look at this thing and it kind of looks like a mothball, if you ask me.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like it's just a plastic bubble.
It's
Like
not
the plastic's
natural.
doing more work than what the... And Blaine just hates us tonight.
He did.
He died just like the NVIDIA ARM deal. Apparently it's not happening anymore. ARM is out of the arms race.
Ooh.
Why do we care about this one?
I mean,
Because
I
it
really
was a
don't
$66 billion deal.
I really don't
And
see
it
how this
collapsed.
was going to end any other way, like even from the beginning. Just because there are too many other companies that use ARM, including Nvidia themselves, for things. And SoftBank who owned ARM, who still owns ARM, was just like they made the specifications and said, "Hey, here's the ARM specs. We'll sell them to you. You can make your own chips. You can make your own derivatives, but you still owe us for the core that the processor is made off of, essentially." And so then Apple buys it and then makes their own version of ARM processors called the M1s or whatever the hell's in their phones at this point.
Yep.
The A whatever.
A12, A13.
Qualcomm makes their own Snapdragons. Samsung makes their own. Starts with an E. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Exquisite.
No. So it's all based on the same technology and same like core logic, but everybody gets to make their own slight modifications to it.
But Apple's the only ones who have decided to make full-fledged computers, right? Not just smartphones.
Incorrect.
Oh, who else is doing this?
There are ARM-based. Well, the Raspberry Pi is an ARM-based computer.
Got it. So only worthless computers.
Apple
I've heard
is
you
the
guys
one
say
that-
Raspberry Pi 1,000 times. What is that?
A computer.
I'm too
Yeah,
lazy to look it up.
It's a
You know what?
computer.
I'll look it up. No,
Could you
Raspberry
expand
Pi is
on that,
giving me recipes.
Matt?
It's a small computer.
Could you say even less about it, Matt?
Computer.
Your tiny dual display desktop computer and robot brains, smart home hub, media center, networked AI core, factory controlled, and much, much more.
So I take it back. This thing did hit 4,300 write and 5,300 read.
Oh, nice. But how many terabytes do you have in it?
512 gigabytes.
Oh, 512. I think some which way that they have, I think that they've done some sort of RAID 0 then with larger capacity storage.
Blaine, are you on your phone now, or a different
I switched
machine?
computers.
What the hell's wrong with your computer?
Apparently, my computer does in fact hate Riverside.
Why?
That's weird.
I have no idea.
What happens?
The page crashes on me, and then it'll just kill the entire computer.
Time
What?
to upgrade.
Yeah, it just crashes. The page just says, "Oh, we can't load it," and it gives me that error message.
But it's worked fine before.
And it worked for the whole 30 minutes before we started going live.
That's true.
This doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No, it doesn't.
So,
I really don't have an opinion about this.
so ARM is going to continue to be in Raspberry Pis or not?
Yes, they
Oh.
will.
You know what? Thumbs up. I guess the deal not going through works for Raspberry. It works for Apple. It just seems to
Hey.
not work for NVIDIA.
You know, I think
Raspberry
this
Pi.
was interesting because, you know, for NVIDIA, this was going to be a huge purchase for them. I mean, basically, they're going to own this entire company that develops mobile processors. And I think everyone's like, hey, actually, this might not be a great idea.
Let's
So-
keep it in a neutral third party or a consortium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I guess good for ARM. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I think SoftBank was really the ones who wanted to get rid of them, but
yeah, SoftBank was looking to make some money. They made some really bad investment decisions recently.
you know, I think it's probably a good thing for ARM, good thing for other companies that use ARM, because who knows what NVIDIA could have done with it.
I'm just
I
glad
give
they're
it- I give it a
spinning it
thumbs up.
off into an IPO.
In IPO. They should have just merged with an SPAC.
TTFN.
Exactly. Well, you know what's also has a 3-letter acronym is the IRS, and apparently they are no longer going to require selfies for their facial recognition system.
I
Oh.
didn't even know they were doing facial recognition.
Since you just said IRS, are we demonetized again?
No, we're remonetized. Actually, they're giving us money.
Oh,
It's good. They're under the philosophy that no press is bad press. And they're paying CouncilCast to talk about them.
Yeah, actually, so if you didn't know, I am aware of this because I tried to do it, but basically the IRS, if you wanted to do anything really on their website, including applying for a payment plan, accessing just your generic IRS account, requesting transcripts, or trying to update how you get your child care credit, you had to go log in through their facial recognition system using the ID.me system.
Yep, I did that, and I didn't ask any questions. I just fucking did it because it's the U.S. government, and who gives a shit?
So I did it, except it didn't fucking work for me.
Oh yeah,
I
it worked for
could
me.
not.
I mean, I
get
think the
through the
criticism
system.
I've seen is that like the IDME provider isn't necessarily like they aren't necessarily affiliated with the government, are they? They're like some other
No,
third,
they're not.
right?
They're a
They're
third
exactly.
party.
So yeah, people are complaining about it, but I mean, I
They're
guess
a
whatever.
Chinese company, aren't they?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, no. My biggest complaint was just that it fucking sucked. I mean, I could not get logged into it. I tried like a dozen times, and I eventually just gave up. It actually got to the point where they're just like, "Fucking call us," because it doesn't work.
It works
So how
fine
long
for
did
me.
you sit on hold?
How about
when
you just
called the
describe your
IRS?
face to us?
Why don't you just tell me what you want to see? Fucking Kramer movie phone, right?
Kramer?
Yep.
But I guess there's been so much criticism of the system that they are going to actually discontinue using it. So
Completely?
IDW was using Amazon's recognition technology.
Like they're gonna stop using IDME completely?
That's what it kind of sounds like.
Oh man, I bet those people are sad because they probably landed that contract and they're like, "Yay, champagne bottles!" and like, "Look at all the money!" Aww.
Yeah. The IRS did said that they will still do something else with facial recognition in the future, but maybe not. So who knows? Actually, they're planning to turn it off in the next couple weeks. So if you maybe I'll try logging into it again.
If you want to have your face scanned by the IRS, hurry up and log in soon.
Exactly.
Because that is going
Thanks for the
away.
heads up. I didn't want to miss that.
Limited time offer.
Limited time
Well,
offer.
I'm super glad that I already did that, and now they're like, "Oh, we don't want to use that anymore."
Well, I'm just glad that I might actually be able to log into the system in the future. So
They've already found the faces they were looking for, so they're shutting it down now.
That's probably it. Something that they aren't going to be shutting down very soon is the new a bridge in Rotterdam, because
Yep.
Jeff Bezos' ship is too big to fit underneath the bridge. So I guess this is a case of, I guess my first question is, why did the shipyard agree to build this without knowing that they were going to have to take apart another bridge?
I don't know.
Because somebody
Like, so-
said, "Hey, here's a whole bunch of money," and somebody else was like, "Yeah, well, you know what? Take that check, and we'll just figure it out when we figure it out."
Yeah, that I'm not
So-
surprised about. Actually, I think the shipyard's going to pay for this, but basically there's a historic bridge in Rotterdam, and apparently they're going to have to dismantle part of it because Jeff Bezos' new super yacht, which is being built somewhere in that area, is going to be too tall to fit underneath it.
How tall is it?
Apparently, I don't know. But, yeah, apparently the ship is apparently going to be built. It costs around $500 million.
So it's like another $8 million for him to pay for the bridge to be taken apart.
I gotta wonder, is that, is the cost to take the bridge apart, was that included in the purchase price?
I bet he has some lawyers who could argue it was.
Contingency plan.
It wasn't specifically not included.
So what I have also read is that like the bridge is not completely like disassembled. It's fairly easy to take the bridge apart and put it back together. It's just that it's a major inconvenience to the people that live there and that want to cross the bridge.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah,
you're
but I mean,
completely
you got to make some
dismantling it.
sacrifices if you're going to have a rich guy like that build a boat in your town. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm also wondering why this shipyard took the contract, like you said, when they knew that it was
because they wanted
wouldn't fit.
money.
That's my
Like,
first
why is it
question.
being built in that shipyard when there are other shipyards that they could have built it at and not have to run into this issue?
Well, maybe they
apparently
wanted to run into this issue.
They didn't
The
say that
owner
they could
hates
have
that.
built. part of the ship and then floated it underneath the bridge and then finished the ship in another shipyard. And so I just don't understand why.
I'm also on board with the people who've said that they are going to throw eggs at the ship as it is leaving the river. Like that just sounds like a good time.
Why
It's
not?
like when one of those peasants threw shit at King Joffrey.
Exactly.
It's like you just like floating through, waving at everybody, and everybody's like, "You fucking suck, bro."
Yeah, the bridge, though, you did say, Dave, it has been taken apart before. Apparently, last time they did it was in 2017 for a restoration project. So, not impossible, but they apparently at that time vowed they would never do it again unless Jeff Bezos pays us enough money.
We'll never do it again unless we get enough money.
I mean, if I were the city council and said, "Hey, we're going to give you $8 million to take apart this bridge and put it back together over a couple of days," that's probably a good incentive to do it.
Yeah. Most of the time.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up, actually, for cool bridge stuff.
I'm going to give anybody who hits the yacht with an egg, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll give 2
Fair.
thumbs up to that.
I'm gonna give Jeff a thumbs down for building a boat so big it can't even leave them. It's just stupid.
Oh, well, speaking of stupid stuff and things that are large, apparently a man chopped off his own penis with scissors after
Cut.
getting high from pot.
I've
Oh, I was
seen
gonna
that.
say,
It's
after
the,
filling it with expanding foam.
the pain Olympics.
Yeah, apparently a guy in Thailand got so super high that he decided it would be a good idea to completely cut off his penis.
How did he feel after he was sober?
That was a huge mistake.
Classic.
I made a huge mistake. Shut it down.
Yeah, apparently he ended up going to the hospital, and
have
apparently
seen
they were
both
not
ends.
able to reattach his penis.
But they tried.
He almost bled out, but apparently it was
God.
like a couple hours after getting cut off before he went to the hospital.
Oh,
So-
Did he keep it on ice?
No,
I mean,
He
I've
left
heard
it on the floor
/read
and hands
stories
were-
of them being able to reattach the appendage before.
Maybe they just feel like he was too stupid to have one anymore after he cut it off with scissors, and there's no reason to put it back on.
Well, in the case of Super Gross, they said that apparently the penis had been left crawling with ants.
Oh.
So extended amount of time detached.
Yeah.
It was it was sitting there too long.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
And so when somebody tells you that there are no major side effects from smoking the wacky tobacco, point them to this article and say, you may cut off your own penis.
You may experience penile loss.
As we say,
Yes.
don't
We
do
actually-
drugs.
If
We
that's
actually
the case,
have an image of the
Oh no.
You know, if that's-
appendage, and I'm
that's a
happy
risk,
to share
Dave.
with everyone right here.
I do have a question though. Is that if that's a risk, is it for men only, or are females exempt from that?
Well, I think you can.
There it is. That was what got cut off.
You can get high and cut off anything you want off your body. It'd just be a bad idea.
Right there. It just was sitting. He
That's so
tried-
so
he tried to reattach
stiff
it.
and firm.
No, come on. Can't imagine.
Yeah.
That wasn't nearly as funny as I was making it out to be, but man, I'm tired. So, you know.
I thought it was good.
I'm gonna have to give this one a thumbs down. I'm
No.
sorry, dude. That's unfortunate.
Thumbs down for
What's
that.
What's that line? Stupid is, as stupid does.
Lying.
I think he
Thumbs
is a
down.
prime candidate for the Darwin Awards this year, though.
Oh, maybe so. I give him a thumbs up then for, maybe getting an award out of it. You got to try really hard for those, or not try at all. I'm not sure exactly.
I think that makes sense. I think that's only fair. All right. Well, then I think we're going to go ahead and move on to our Elon Musk pitches for the week. My pitch for this week is for him to fix my computer so that it doesn't crash when we do Riverside.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
My pitch for him, I want him to make two things, but they are kind of like a couplet. They both need to be invented. One is an aerosol spray can of a penis saber, so that if your penis gets cut off, you spray it on it really fast and it will save it until you can get to a hospital where you can use part 2, which is penis reattacher, and it does exactly what it says it does.
I think part 2 actually exists.
Why would you need to go to the hospital if you can just spray it on penis reattacher?
Well, I don't know if penis reattacher is a spray-on or if it's like in gel form. I feel like a medical professional should be helping with this.
But we're asking him to come up with something, so you might as well just make it a spray-on and not even have to go to the doctor.
Fair.
Yeah, I think
you know what?
I think that would be
Let's
better.
cut out the middleman. Maybe
So part 2 is
Cut more than just
penis reattacher.
a lot of cut.
maybe cut out the middleman is a bad phrase here, but yeah. Penis spray, penis saver, and penis reattacher. That way, if you're like, man, I'm still too high to reattach my penis, you
do
can
it
at least
later.
spray it quick so the ants don't get to it. I'll wake up in a
Sure,
few
why
hours and reattach then.
I think that's fair.
Thanks.
Yeah, I give that one a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm afraid there probably is more people that are going to have this case happen to them. So
Probably
I mean,
more than we
with
want to
the-
talk about.
With the massive influx of penis-related stories, I think that we've had recently, I think that's actually a good thing to have lying around in case of emergencies.
Okay, so I can never get the inside of my car windshield clean. You just can't reach it. And stuff gets on it, and it gets all gross. And then you try and get your hand up there, and you can't because it's just an awkward angle. I want him to make a spray that I just... and it's clean.
windshield
Oh.
cleaning spray that doesn't require wiping.
Yeah.
No wiping. You just spray it, and then it's just crystal clear,
Brian
clean.
is
And I don't have to mess with
tired,
this.
Sick and tired of having to wipe.
I hate wiping. If I could get a spray for everything that I have to
maybe-
wipe, I would appreciate it.
Maybe like a bidet for the inside of the windshields.
Basically, but a chemical reaction.
No, it's
not
like
just
those.
water.
It's like those racing and like motocross like goggles where it's got the stack of like plastikies on there, and anytime
Then
it's
you
dirty,
just-
just rip
Well, you
the
just rip it off.
You just rip the layer off.
Yeah.
It's just for windshields though, so you press a button and it like rips it off.
That'd be even sure. Whatever keeps my windshield clean that I don't have to
They use those.
try and
In,
stab
they
my
use
head.
those in Formula One too, right?
Yeah. All right. So it's a washing spray or a protector that you can rip off the windshield to clean it.
We'd like those
Sure.
the tear off pieces to be reusable, so they're environmentally friendly as well.
I don't want to have to put them back up there. I don't care about the environment. I just want my windshield clean.
Okay,
All right.
my
Definitely are not
my Elon
recyclable,
invention
then.
is Brian's, except environmentally friendly.
Oh,
Whatever.
You're gonna take a huge part.
You
of the
don't even have
market
any
share on that.
suggestions. You're just going to say Brian's, but environmentally friendly.
Yes.
Makes sense.
An environmentally friendly version of Brian's butt.
In this case, it can be called the Windshield Bidet.
Windshield Bidet. I think we just came up with a
You know
title.
what? 2 thumbs up for that. 2 thumbs up for the title.
I
2 thumbs
like
up
that.
for all of it.
All right, Matt, you got any pitches for us?
No, still working on it.
Matt's still working on it. All
I'm
right,
still
thumbs up for
working on
that.
it.
All right, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this council meeting adjourned. We thank you for listening. We do record this podcast live every Tuesday night on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw for some reason, and you want to check out all of the past episodes, you can go to CouncilCast.org. You can also find the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. And if you have a topic that you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at IDon'tCare@CouncilCast.org. Or connect with us on Twitter at RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
Bye.